It's Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm trying out the video camera while the previous video is being processed. So I'll be checking that as I do this video. Neil L. Anderson is speaking now, and he's discussing the problem of evil is what's known in the world. A Jew had written the book, Why Do Good Things Happen to Bad, or Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People? And many people have read that book and have been debating and discussing that concept. And the answer is easy. Good things or bad things happen to good Mormons, as Neil Anderson is trying to put across, not because of what he's talking about, but because of bad people. Bad people result in bad things happening to other people. We stop evil, no more bad things happen. It's that simple. And then people who claim that evil will always exist, well, yeah, if you're going to be evil and you refuse to be good, then yeah, you will be the problem. But as I pointed out from the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus is teaching to hold evil accountable. He is not telling us to just forgive and allow them to continue to be evil. He's directing us on how we hold them accountable for their crimes, their sins, their evil. And so many people have taken on a medieval age scholars' belief that the Old Testament God was a vengeful, violent, angry, wrathful God. And the story of Noah is his justification. And people, and even Mormons, do not understand God did not cause the flood. Shocker, I know. God did not cause the flood. It was the wickedness of the people that caused the flood. How can that happen? How did the Dust Bowl in America happen? We destroyed the ground to farm. That created a Dust Bowl. So how did the deserts get formed in Africa and Western America? Destruction of the land. You know, the Indians are giving good wisdom when they warn the white man to not destroy the land. We've got to domesticate the land, but not destroy it. And businesses, they all want profit. They don't care about the land. They destroy it. And as a result of all the pollutions in our air, the pollutions in our water, the pollutions on our land, and there's a YouTube video that shows how many nuclear strikes we have launched on our own land. Southern Utah are victims of the nuclear explosions that took place. They got cancer. And now Trump says, oh, radiation's now good. We destroy the earth. We cause natural disasters because of our wickedness in not taking care of the earth. So with the flood, the people are said to have been wicked. They filled the land, they were wicked. And whatever it was that they did, it had to do with altering the environment, destroying the environment. And thus the earth responded to try to repair it. And it does it through extremes. If mankind causes extremes on the earth. If we take care of the earth, there's no need for an extreme counteraction. And so thus the last days are supposed to have severe weather because mankind is causing drastic destructions of the land. And the temperatures are going up. Hurricanes are being more violent and more frequent. Heat waves over the whole world, not just the United States. Floods. So we are to blame for the coming destruction. And the video is done, so yeah, the picture's fine enough. Publish it. Okay, so again, why do bad things happen to good people? It's because of bad people. And that's why Armageddon, prophesied for the latter days, is going to happen because of bad people. It's that simple. Good people will suffer in the latter days because of bad people. We need to stop the wickedness. We need to stop the evil, the greed, the hatred. We'll just continually destroy ourselves in a cyclical process. We've got to take care of our environment. We've got to take care of the people. We can populate the whole earth and still protect the environment at the same time. We can't have the environment run wild because mankind will die from a wild environment. Right? The tick disease over on the East Coast, for example, that's from a wild forest. Ticks thrive in that kind of environment, and that causes illness to humans. So we've got to domesticate the earth, make it a garden. And we can fill the earth with billions upon billions upon billions of people if the earth is a garden. We can live in harmony on the earth. We don't need a depopulation agenda. We don't need to have suffering. We can live on earth and thrive. And so God warned the people, they wouldn't listen. Noah listened. Noah tried to warn the people, they wouldn't listen. So Noah listened and built a boat. He didn't have spiritual truth and sit back and relax saying, oh, I have spiritual truth. I don't need to scientifically prove anything. He built a boat. An actual boat. A physical boat. Through scientific technology. Through scientific truth. He built a boat because of the warning of God. And he was saved. Not spiritually saved, physically saved. So, again, are you able to reason? That's the theme for today. Can you reason? Do you understand? These prophets do not have authority. Brigham Young didn't have it, therefore his successors don't have it. It's that simple. So we're going to have the final speaker, and I've got to put a like on my video I previously uploaded. Click. Alright, so there it is. What the? Oh, up next. Okay. Alright. So, I think I'm done here. Hallstrom of the 70 is finishing? Huh. That's weird, because it's supposed to be a apostle. Alright, well, whatever. So I won't comment on him unless he tries to throw in a bombshell like the Book of Mormon guy. Yeah, I'll bring that up since we're on that subject and I just brought it up. The previous guy before Anderson talked about the spiritual truth rather than the scientific truth of the Book of Mormon. And he then is 100% sure that nobody can tell him the Book of Mormon is wrong, that it wasn't translated from Egyptian documents, that it wasn't an accurate history of the American people, that it was just a fiction, a warning, plagiarizing books at the time to warn America of this year. And so, yeah, if you're going to have spiritual knowledge or spiritual truth, you'll never know the truth. You'll live in your little fantasy world. And psychiatrists are loving it because they get to stay in business. They get people paying them $100 an hour to talk about their delusional fantasies of spiritual truth. And then they wonder, why are bad things happening to me? I don't understand it. I have spiritual truth. Alma 32, starting in verse 28, people. You don't just stop when you get a seed. When the Holy Ghost tells you something, that's not the end. That's not fruit. That's a seed from the fruit of the Holy Ghost. We have to take that seed from the Holy Ghost and, yes, have faith by believing, but that's not all. Whatever that word is, it's in instructions, it's plans. For Noah, it was build a boat. For Nephi, build a boat. That's what the Spirit tells us to do. These are the latter days. The Spirit is screaming to anyone who will listen, and no Mormon is hearing him. He is saying, build your latter day boat. Remember, Jesus said, the latter days will be like the days of Noah. So that's why I'm using boat. Are you building your boat? Not your spiritual boat, an actual, metaphoric, physical boat. Do you have a year's supply? Do you have an emergency kit in a backpack? Are you ready to travel to Independence if there's no availability for cars to transport us there? Because if America gets under attack, we're going to have to do what the Book of Mormon suggested and gather to the center of our land to make a final battle stand. So again, are you capable of reason? Do you understand what's going on? Apparently, President Russell M. Nelson is speaking, so I'll do a commentary as he talks. He's trying to enforce the name of the church being the full name. And again, let us reason. If the church has no authority to lead the people, because Brigham Young had no authority, it doesn't matter what they name it. See, he's trying to say we need to have Jesus Christ in our name, because LDS doesn't utilize it, Mormon doesn't utilize it. So I understand if they were the true church, but they're not. So he's making a mountain out of a molehill. Yeah, Joseph Smith named the Church of Jesus Christ. Mormons demanded it be changed to of Latter-day Saints. So, again, he's trying to impose a strict policy and call it sin if we don't comply. See, he's using the Book of Mormon, but he's taking what he wants from the Book of Mormon to justify his position. And again, the current church is not Jesus' church. Jesus does not run it. He does not lead prophets who are not authorized by him. Brigham Young was not authorized. Are you capable of reason? See, he's not going to even talk about how it all started. See, he's calling nicknames a sin. Oh, he now says Jesus is offended that his church that has no authority from him is using nicknames. Oh man. Nicknames are now a sin in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints church. Ooh, a victory for Satan. I already discussed this. Contend against no church but the church of Satan, church of the devil, church of Lucifer. And that's what I'm doing. If the church has no authority to lead, they are the church of Satan. Satan already has this church. He already won. And Nelson is treating the Mormons as stupid. There needs to be a restoration. Jesus died. Church went into apostasy. There needed to be a restoration. Joseph tried. He died. There needs to be a restoration. It's that simple. Okay, so he's talking about Jesus now. But think about it. If you're the church of Satan and you're trying to convert believers in Jesus to join your church, to follow your teachings, are you going to say that Lucifer is God to them who believe in Jesus? No, obviously not. Let us reason. If you are a deceiver, you need to deceive people. Let's see, that picture right there, the wolf biting the sheep. See, the wolf in sheep's clothing concept. So that's what Nelson is doing. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing, a false prophet, because he has no authority, and he's declaring nicknames as evil sin that will exclude people from exaltation. And yeah, he completely ignored Brigham Young and the succession crisis. He said that because Joseph Smith restored the church, therefore he is a legitimate prophet, and we must obey him. Joseph died, just like Jesus died. There was no legitimate successor. The authority to lead the church gone, taken from the earth. And so, Mormons, you can complain all you want if you're not capable of reasoning. See, he's now trying to throw out a guilt trip. Don't you want to defend Jesus? If you call the church by a nickname, you're not standing up for Jesus. You're a sinner. You're evil. Satan wins. You can't do this as a prophet of the Lord. This is not revelation from God. So yeah, if you haven't noticed, you've got to actually watch conference to understand the context of my videos. And I'm not going to crank it up loud so that you can hear it from the video, because then you won't hear me, or I won't be able to hear myself talk and won't understand what I'm saying, and I'll probably say something stupid. Oh, he's not even going to bring up that Joseph Smith, throughout his life, said that the angel was Nephi, not Moroni. He's not bringing that up. It was changed to Moroni after Joseph Smith died. Abusive terms. Lucifer controls the church. He's already obliterated the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Ooh. Yeah, now he's destroying the internet. Stay away, it's evil. You can learn the truth on the internet. Critics. That's me. Yeah, man-made organization. Again, he is not being reasonable. He is purposely leaving out key information from the Mormons. This important task God will lead us through by saying the full name. Wow. He used the boat from Nephi. I just talked about that. Yeah, Mormons need to correct the errors. You'll notice that my taglines, I've added the full name of the church. I did that specifically because of what Nelson announced previously. Because I wanted to get to Mormons' attention. Nobody else is going to do it. They're not going to care what Mormons try to correct them over and over again with. The church actually has a short name compared to some Christian churches out there in Newburgh, New York. There was one side shop church with a wooden sign next to the door, and it was long. The Church of Jesus Christ of the Lamb of the Holy Sepulchre of the blah, blah. Oh man, he just went off on anything and everything from the New Testament that he could assign to a name. Good times. Errors that have crept in through the years are required to be fixed by Mormons. Guess what I'm doing with these videos? So now he's quoting himself to justify his position. Oh, so he's providing alternate nicknames after saying that nicknames were evil and a sin. Uh, so now he's trying to teach people how to say things correctly. You're supposed to teach the gospel. You're not supposed to focus on trivial things like the name. Focus on the gospel first. Worry about the name later. Yeah, the brass plates were supposed to go to all nations, kindreds, tongues, and people. Oh, I discussed that in a different video and posts and books. Oh, finally, there's his name on the screen, so that means he's about to end. It's the latter days. Talk about the signs from the scriptures that prophesy that these are the latter days. Talk about the destructions that are coming and warn members and prepare the members. And he's not going to do it. They've all happened, and he is not doing his one duty from God himself requires of him. And that's because he is not authorized to lead the church. And as a result, we get other things that distract members. And then, when destruction happens, Mormons are going to be left wondering, why did bad things happen to me who am a good person? Where was God? Why didn't he save us? Just like in the days of Noah, no one's listening. No one's building their boat because it's raining. It's raining hard. And it's almost time's up. So there, I'm now 2 videos behind. Maybe I'll throw this in the back of the other one that I just made that I still need to set up and upload. But guys, can you reason? Do you understand? I mean, yes, it would be nice if we had God's church on earth. That would be great. We could feel safe. We could feel secure. Instead, we have wolves in sheep's clothing that are biting the sheep, who claim to be of God, who claim to speak for God, who claim that God's will is such and such. And yet they deny God. They do not preach his gospel. They preach another gospel. And Mormon after Mormon, as I look at the choir, they're just sheep. They know not where to go because they're trapped in the sheep pen. And the sheep pen is run by the wolves. So,